So in the previous video we have seen how to toggle an LED directly by running a code. So here is our uh, output. So let's see how to toggle an LED using uh, some sort of push button. So when it comes to push buttons, there are two types of configurations. Either we can use pull up resistor with push button or uh, pull down resistor with push button. So basically we need this pull down or pull up resistors because if we haven't connect such a resistor, then uh, our input pin may remain some sort of a floating stage. So if I quickly explain that what's happening over there. Yeah, so when we are using a push button, the push button is something like this. So it has 4 pins, and this is the place where you click the button. So if we look at the construction of this pull up button, it's basically two parallel lines connected via some sort of a switch, right? So these are terminals, let's say 1A, 2A and 1B, 2B, something like this. So whenever we connect an LED with a push button, basically what we are doing is push button sends an input signal or an external interrupt to the Arduino. Then Arduino will determine whether it is high or low and do the corresponding transition. So basically the circuit will be something like this. So initially we need the LED circuit like this. So as usual, this is some sort of a digital pin, let's say digital 13, and this is grounded pin. So this is the output scenario. So when it comes to input scenario, there is a push button. So push button basically we represent in this way. So here I can connect a resistor like this, and this is grounded. Then I can connect this to the some sort of digital input. Let's say maybe D2, right? Then this is our VCC, let's say 5 voltage. So this is the closed circuit state. So what happened is basically now D2 receive 5 voltage as input. So whenever button is, or let's say push button is open, the circuit will look like this, right? So this is 5 voltage and this is basically connected to the D2. So now D2 only feels this ground voltage, which is 0 voltage. So that's how we using pull down resistor, sorry, pull up resistor to toggle an LED, right? So this is a pull down resistor. Pull down resistor. Pull down means initially this voltage is pulled to the ground state. That's why it's known as pull down. Uh, Likewise, The second configuration is pull up, so it is also input configuration. So whenever pull up resistor is considered, it will be look like this. So resistor is at the 5 voltage, then this is grounded, and here is the pin, which is D2. So now D2 is 0 voltage because the voltage drop across this resistor is basically 5 voltage, and this is connected to the ground. So D2 is 0 at the closed configuration at the push button. So whenever push button is open, let's say switch is open, then it will look like this. So this is D2. Now D2 doesn't feel any voltage drop. It basically receives the 5 voltage over here. Right? So that's why it's known as pull up. Initial state is there is some sort of a voltage. In our case, it is half. So this is the open configuration, and this is known as pull up resistor. Right? So you can use either of them, either pull down or pull up. Basically, pull up is the reverse process of the pull down. Usually it is easy to use pull down because initially it is 0 voltage at the open configuration, and when we push the button, it will goes to the higher voltage, which is 5 voltage. So in TinkerCad, you can stop simulation. Then all we have to insert a new push button. So if I'm going to use pull down resistor, just plug your pull down resistor over here like this. Then since this is pull down resistor, this needs to be grounded. So maybe I can choose this ground. Then this terminal needs to be connected at the 5 voltage. So initially I think we have default 5 voltage over here. Then basically this is the input signal, right? So we can connect this maybe D2. Right? So then yeah, let's see whether this is working or not. So initially this is open. Open means the resistor needs to be pulled down. Yeah, I think these two stuffs needs to be interchanged. Yeah, this one goes here like this. Then this is the 5 voltage. Then this is the ground. Then it is pulled down to the ground initially, right? So let's go to the code. Then we have to determine let's say two input and output buttons. So initially I will use LED pin as 13, then another constant button pin as 2, button pin 2. So LED pin is output, Likewise, we need input, which is button pin. So take it as input. Then we need if condition, and we need a read as well. So let's say read. So initially I will read the digital read, I guess. Or let's say, yeah, digital read from the button pin. Then if read is high, you can make a digital write to the LED pin, which is high. Then the LED will be turned on. Likewise, in the else statement, digital write will be low. Right? So let's start simulate. Okay, so initially LED is off, and whenever I push the button, LED will be turned on. Right? Because we have used a pull down resistor. So initially this D2 is pulled down to the ground like this. Then whenever I press the button, ground will be ignored and it will consider this 5 voltage input like this. So that's how we toggle an LED using pull down resistor. Yeah, thank you.